Three geologists were working deep in the African desert, searching for diamonds and rare rocks, when suddenly their radar detected something strange beneath the ground, something that looked like a volcanic pipe, and without thinking twice, they rushed to the exact spot where they found a large mound of dirt. Believing it might hide valuable treasure, they broke it open, but instead of riches, something terrifying came out, something unnatural and deadly, and within moments, all three men were killed in a horrifying way, their bodies completely consumed as if no normal creature could have done it, setting a dark tone before the story even begins, and then the scene shifts to a man named Jack, an expert in technology and geology, known for creating a compact radar that can detect body heat and warn about danger. And on what seems like a normal day, his boss suddenly sends him to Africa, where the three geologists have gone missing, and without asking many questions, Jack packs his device, prepares for the journey, and boards a flight, unknowingly heading toward a deadly mystery hidden beneath the desert. After a long and exhausting journey, Jack finally arrives in the African desert, where the heat is intense and the silence feels unsettling. As soon as he lands, a man named Carol greets him and takes him directly to their base camp. There, Jack meets the rest of the team, including Mickey, Kurt, Titus, Magda, and their leader January. However, Jan makes one thing very clear: he will not be joining the mission and will stay behind at the camp. The responsibility now falls on the rest of them. Without wasting time, the team prepares for the search. They pack food, fuel, and weapons into their vehicle and head deep into the desert to find the missing geologists. After a long and tiring search, they finally discover the abandoned vehicle that belonged to the missing men. But what they find next shocks everyone. There are no survivors, only bones lying in the sand. The bodies have been completely stripped of flesh, as if something had devoured them in just a few hours. This is not normal, and whatever did this is still out there. The horrifying discovery leaves everyone shaken, but the mystery deepens when they notice something even stranger nearby. Close to the scattered bones, they find a bizarre object shaped like the face of an ant, carved like a statue, and its presence makes the entire scene feel unnatural. Some of the team tries to stay calm, convincing themselves that a wild desert animal must have done this, but deep down, no one truly believes it. As night falls, exhaustion takes over, and the team decides to rest, hoping morning will bring answers. However, Jack cannot sleep. The silence of the desert feels too heavy, too wrong. To distract himself, he climbs a nearby sand hill and starts sandboarding. After a while, Mickey joins him, saying she couldn't sleep either. The two begin talking, and for a brief moment, the tension fades. Jack feels a connection with her, but before he can say anything, she gets tired and leaves. Now alone again, Jack suddenly hears his radar beeping. Something is moving fast, heading straight toward him. He looks into the darkness and sees a strange shadow approaching, something that doesn't move like any normal creature. The moment Jack sees the shadow moving toward him, he panics and shouts loudly, waking everyone at the camp. Within seconds, Carol and the others rush to his location, ready for danger. But when they arrive, there is nothing there. The desert is silent again, as if nothing ever happened. The strange figure is gone without a trace. Confused and frustrated, the team starts searching the area. But what they discover next is even more disturbing. The bones of the geologists, which were lying there just hours ago, have completely disappeared. There is no sign of them anywhere. Carol immediately gets angry and accuses Jack of messing around or hiding something. But Jack defends himself, insisting he saw something real. Just then, his radar beeps again, confirming that whatever was out there is still nearby. Carol suggests chasing it immediately, but Magda stops him, warning that searching in the dark is too dangerous. They decide to wait until morning. When the sun rises and the fog clears, a strange figure appears in the distance. It looks human, but its entire body is dark and unnatural, like something not from this world. As the strange figure stands in the distance, tension rises instantly, and without hesitation, Kurt raises his gun and fires. But the moment the shot echoes through the desert, the creature disappears as if it was never there. When the team rushes to the spot, they are shocked to find the missing bones lying exactly where the figure stood, making the situation even more confusing and terrifying. No one can explain how bones could move on their own. At this point, Titus finally steps forward, unable to stay silent any longer. He reveals a story from his village, something he had kept hidden until now. He speaks of Isalu, not a single monster, but a swarm of flesh-eating ants that consume human bodies within hours and then use the remaining bones as a disguise, forming a moving shape that looks like one creature. He explains that these ants are controlled by a queen, the true brain behind everything, and that all the flesh they consume is taken to her. Titus remembers finding a boy in his childhood reduced to bones in the same way, and now he is certain that Isalu has returned. Panic spreads as Titus's warning sinks in. The team realizes bullets won't stop Isalu. They watch helplessly as it advances, merging human bones into a terrifying humanoid form. Jack reacts quickly, dousing the ground near the car with gasoline, forcing Isalu to retreat temporarily, but the monster's resilience is chilling. Carol joins Jack, both witnessing Isalu rearranging bones into a human shape, confirming Titus's story. The creature disappears into the desert, only to return later. Titus, weakened and barely able to walk, must stay behind with Magda, while Jack, Carol, and Mickey head toward the camp to fetch a working vehicle. It's a grim choice, but survival depends on it. Every step forward is tense, every shadow a threat. The desert is no longer just sand, it's a hunting ground. Fear grips them, knowing the monster waits for the slightest mistake. Survival is uncertain, and the weight of their friends' fates presses down on them. The next morning, the trio sets out, carrying what little gasoline remains. Suddenly, a sandstorm erupts with blinding intensity. They huddle together, eyes closed, praying it will pass. When the storm ends, the damage is clear. Jack's radar is broken, gas is gone, and navigation becomes nearly impossible. Exhaustion sets in as they stop to rest, but there is no peace. Isalu attacks again, this time wearing the faces of Magda and Titus. Horror strikes as Jack and the others realize their friends are dead, their bones now part of Isalu's monstrous form. In a desperate move, Carol throws the last gasoline at the creature, forcing it to retreat once more. They survive, but only barely. The morning brings a faint radio signal, a glimmer of hope, leading them to the missing geologist's car. The dark ant nest nearby tells Jack everything. This was Isalu's first home, destroyed by the geologists. Revenge is what fuels this relentless creature. With Jan finally arriving, chaos erupts. He yells, blaming the team for killing their friends, tying them to the car and driving them toward the camp. Carol seizes a moment, knocks Jan out, and frees the group. Jack, Carol, and Mickey realize the new nest must be destroyed before more deaths occur. They locate a dark mine, sure it is Isalu's latest home. Carol grabs explosive liquid, and the trio descends into the darkness. Suddenly, Isalu leaps at Carol, breaking his leg. Jack distracts the monster, sending it into a deep pit, but it isn't over. The creature grabs Carol's leg, threatening to pull him in. Realizing his friends' lives are at stake, Carol makes a brutal choice. He grabs the explosive liquid and leaps with Isalu into the pit, sacrificing himself to save Jack and Mickey. The blast echoes through the mine, leaving the friends shaken but alive. Jack and Mickey attempt to flee, but the Ant Queen appears, revealing the true mastermind behind the terror. The ants obey her every command, surrounding them with deadly precision. Mickey shouts a simple, desperate plan: kill the queen, and the threat ends. Jack grips his knife, knowing there's no room for error. With one swift strike, he pierces the queen, halting the swarm instantly. One by one, the ants collapse lifelessly, leaving the desert eerily quiet. Rocks begin to fall as the mine shakes from the earlier explosion, forcing the friends to run. They escape just in time, gasping for breath outside the collapsing mine. Among the ruins, they find Jan's body. Isalu has claimed him as well. Only Jack and Mickey remain, exhausted, traumatized, but alive. Dawn breaks over the desert, and silence replaces terror. Jack and Mickey wait for a taxi, the weight of everything they endured heavy on their shoulders. Jack decides to stay behind, committed to the desert camp and its work, while Mickey chooses a new beginning, leaving for a fresh start. They share a silent kiss, a moment of connection without words, their emotions too raw for speech. The taxi arrives, Mickey steps in, and the vehicle drives away. Jack watches the desert stretch endlessly before him. Only 2 lives survived, a testament to courage, sacrifice, and the will to endure.
If you want more insane movie recaps like this, hit subscribe now and don't miss the next story.